Brothers Marty and Rick Lagina became interested in treasure hunting as children after reading a specific article about Oak Island and a mysterious curse. As adults, the brothers joined Dan Blankenship, who had read the same article as the brothers and became obsessed with the curse. Blankenship died in 2019, and his son, Dave Blankenship, left the show shortly after his father's passing. However, despite their longtime friend and fellow Oak Island enthusiast passing away, Marty and Rick Lagina never stopped trying to find the treasure. As the curse of Oak Island has continued, more treasure hunters have joined the team. Than clues, the team found some objects while sifting and digging on the island. Notable finds include a Spanish copper coin from the 17th century, a garnet brooch, and some parchments that may have been part of a book. Unfortunately, none of these are any sort of El Dorado, nor do they indicate a treasure hole on the island. After 12 seasons and nothing to show for it, many fans of The Curse of Oak Island have resigned themselves to the fact that there is no treasure on the island now, if there ever was, to begin with. There is a world in which the treasure existed and was found before the start of the show. But there is also a world where the Lagina team found the treasure and did not alert anyone. The Curse of Oak Island has lasted 12 seasons, and as much fun as treasure hunting can be, is a very repetitive show. Every episode consists of digging, sifting, planning, and more digging intercut with historical facts about the Knights Templar, Vikings, or pirates, and sometimes even theories about the supernatural. Yet, there is a reason that this show is so lucrative. Even though no real treasure has been discovered, you can't help but root for them. The charm of The Curse of Oak Island is the dynamic between the group. The show began with the Lagina brothers and the Blankenship father-son duo coming together to find something they have wondered about since they were young. The team started small, but as Marty Lagina notes in the first episode of season 12, the family has grown since then. Marty Lagina's son Alex Lagina, Marty's college roommate Craig Tester, Tester's stepson Jack Begley, and so many others have joined the search. Scientists, archaeologists, historians, and other passionate treasure hunters have all tagged in to help with what might be a futile search. Will they ever find buried gold worth millions? Probably not. But the show has been airing for 10 years because, ultimately, the group of friends formed from shared passions draws fans in. It may be cliché, but the only real treasure that The Curse of Oak Island has ever uncovered is friendship. So no treasure has been discovered on Oak Island. However, The Curse of Oak Island treasure is not gold or riches, but passion and family. Marty Lagina and Rick Lagina started as kids fascinated by a mysterious cursed island and then made a career out of trying to find Oak Island's hidden treasure. So what if the treasure has not been found? So what if all they have discovered is old wood and potentially ancient coins? The Curse of Oak Island draws audiences in because, like the Lagina brothers, just the hope that there is hidden treasure is enough to keep digging and watching. The Curse of Oak Island airs on the History Channel and is available to stream on Hulu. On a misty morning off the coast of Nova Scotia, the island lies silent beneath a gray sky. Its jagged trees sway with the Atlantic wind, whispering the same secret they've held for over 2 centuries, that something lies beneath. But what if the treasure of Oak Island isn't gold at all? What if it's something far stranger, something that redefines the very idea of discovery? The History Channel's The Curse of Oak Island has become more than just a TV show. It's a modern legend. Every season, Rick and Marty Lagina dig deeper into the earth and, somehow, deeper into the human obsession with mystery itself. The cameras capture the sweat, the machinery, the broken timbers, but what truly fuels the island isn't metal or coins. It's the relentless belief that the truth, whatever it is within reach. It all started in 1795, when a teenager named Daniel McGinnis stumbled upon a mysterious depression in the ground under a large oak tree. Dangling from one of its limbs was an old pulley, as if something heavy had once been lowered into the pit below. With two friends, McGinnis began to dig. And what they found was both promising and terrifying. Every 10 feet, they encountered layers of wooden planks, tightly sealed as though protecting something of immense value. The boys dug until water began flowing in, halting their progress. The money pit, as it would come to be known, became a siren call for treasure hunters for generations. Over 200 years later, the Lagina brothers stand where McGinnis once did, with modern technology replacing shovels, but the same question haunting their minds: what lies below? The treasure that refuses to be found. The Oak Island mystery has never been about easy answers. Over time, treasure maps, legends, and wild theories have emerged, from the Knights Templar to Shakespeare's lost manuscripts, even to Marie Antoinette's jewels. Yet, despite countless excavations, no one has pulled a definitive treasure chest from the ground. Still, the island keeps giving. Coins, lead crosses, iron spikes, wood from centuries-old tunnels, parchment fragments preserved in clay, and now, the tantalizing traces of gold and silver hidden deep underground. Every season, new clues emerge. Artifacts that seem to date back hundreds of years, and structures buried beneath layers of sediment as if time itself tried to erase them. But it's the mystery's refusal to resolve that gives it life. It's as though the island is guarding not just treasure, but a truth humanity isn't ready to face. Standing over the swamp, Rick Lagina gazes across the uneven terrain. The air smells of brine and history. Drones hover above, mapping the island's contours, while ground-penetrating radar scans for anomalies, patterns of metal, voids, tunnels. Something appears. A circular structure beneath the swamp, older than any modern foundation. A road, maybe. A vault. Or perhaps something left by hands long forgotten. The cameras show mud, water, rock, but the real tension is invisible. The soil itself feels alive, as though the island inhales every shovel's strike and exhales secrets in return. The more they dig, the less it feels like an excavation and more like communication. Oak Island doesn't surrender its truth, it negotiates it. The symbols discovered on stones, the carved crosses, the intricate tunnels beneath the island, all hint toward a hidden purpose. The geometry aligns with ancient maps of Jerusalem. Some carvings resemble Templar insignia. Even the swamp, once thought to be natural, might have been engineered centuries ago. A man-made lagoon designed to conceal, not reveal. If the Templar theory holds even a grain of truth, Oak Island could be the resting place of relics from the Holy Land. Scrolls, religious artifacts, even the Ark of the Covenant. But the more compelling idea is that those who buried something here didn't just want to hide it. They wanted to protect humanity from it. Maybe the island isn't cursed because of greed or ghosts. Maybe it's cursed because it guards something that must remain buried. Over the decades, Oak Island has claimed lives. 6 men have died chasing its treasure. Some say a 7th must perish before the island gives up its secret. A chilling prophecy whispered through the centuries. The Lagina brothers are not unaware of this legend. Yet, their determination borders on destiny. Rick, with his quiet introspection, treats the island like a sacred riddle. Marty, pragmatic and analytical, balances faith with logic. Together, they embody the duality of Oak Island itself: belief and reason, mystery and science. In every season's finale, When the rain begins to fall and the drilling halts for winter, the camera lingers on their faces, exhausted, hopeful, defeated, but never done. Because every discovery, a coin, a plank, a piece of parchment, is enough to keep the dream alive. One of the most shocking findings came when scientific testing revealed traces of precious metals, gold and silver, embedded within the island's underground water systems, not veins of ore, but leakage. As if something metallic and priceless is dissolving, unseen, somewhere below begins to point toward organized engineering. Someone constructed this, someone with resources, precision, and reason. Who would go to such lengths to bury something that deep? And what kind of treasure needs protection through traps, flood tunnels, and coated stone markers? The more technology advances, the closer they get. Yet the more complex the puzzle becomes. It's as though the island is adapting, outsmarting the very hands that seek to uncover it. The invisible treasure, the longer the curse of Oak Island continues, the more viewers realize the real treasure isn't material. It's emotional, spiritual, even philosophical. Every artifact pulled from the mud carries a human fingerprint from centuries ago. Each plank once touched by a craftsman long forgotten. Each stone marker holds the language of people who lived, believed, and built something meant to endure. Island becomes a mirror, not of what's hidden beneath, but of what's within us. Curiosity, perseverance, faith in the unseen. Even when the drill yields nothing but wet clay, Rick's eyes gleam with the same quiet fire. He often says the real reward is the journey itself, the shared quest, the camaraderie, the lessons in patience.